Have you ever wanted to reorder items in a SwiftUI list but weren't sure how? Let's dive in and I'll show you exactly how to do it. So this is the application we'll be creating today. SwiftUI List with some images and text. So if you want to reorder the items on the list, just click on Edit. And then to reorder the actual items, just click on the right hand side of the list and drag it up or down as I'm displaying here, and then your list selection will be saved persistently using app storage. So this is the application we'll be creating today. In your content view, create a new struct. Struct fruit identifiable codable RID equals UUID. Each fruit will have an ID that's needed for the list, a name, and an image. Description and price, which is double. Really, this struct should be in its own separate file. That should be codable. The next thing we need to do is, after line 19, we need to add app storage. And the purpose of app storage is to save the fruits that we want to be persisted when we drag and drop the fruits to a new location. For example, when reordering the fruits within the list, save fruits, data, data, data. So that stores an array of fruits within app storage on line 21. The next thing we need to do is to create a hard-coded array of fruits. Really, this could be coming from an API or a database. But for this example, it will just be hard-coded. So we pass the arguments to the fruit initializer. It's apple. The image is apple. The description a sweet, crunchy fruit that comes in many and then we add the price. And also with the fruit image I added earlier before the tutorial. So the fruits images, they're stored in the assets folder, which is here, so you can just drag any fruit. And the fruit name has to relate to the name within the array. For example, we added Apple first. You can see it's the same like casing, lowercase. And this is banana, kiwi, mango. So the next thing we need to do is to add another fruit to our array. This fruit will be banana. And then we just add our description, a soft, sweet fruit that is great. And then we just add our price. You can just enter any price, it's up to you. 59p. Add the next fruit, which is orange. Orange for the description, a citrus fruit. And then we just add the price, 79p. And then the next fruit is kiwi. Kiwi. Let's add our description. And then just add our price, 69p. And then the next fruit is mango. Then after this fruit is just one more, which is pineapple. So this one's mango. A tropical fruit with a juicy, sweet taste. The price is £1.29. Now the final fruit is pineapple. That should be lowercase p. Pineapple. And then just add our short description. And then for the price, make it £1.99. And then the next thing we need is to add our did set method, and the did set method will call a method called save routes. The save routes we will implement later. So I'll just add a comment here. The next thing we need to do is to create another @state variable. And the purpose of this @state variable is to hold the array of the selected fruits. And we need to add another @state variable. That private var is edit mode active. Edit mode equals dot inactive. So the purpose of line 37 is to track whether the list is in edit mode. And this is to enable or disable reordering. And then the next thing we need to do within our view, we need to delete line 41 and then add navigation view, add a vstack, and that should be vstack. And then we add our list. In the next tutorial, we will implement the other features that's needed in the list to display each of the fruit items. Thank you for joining us. If you found this tutorial helpful, please comment, like and subscribe. See you next week. Have you ever wanted to reorder items in a SwiftUI list but weren't sure how? Let's dive in and I'll show you exactly how to do it. So this is the application we'll be creating today. SwiftUI List with some images and text. So if you want to reorder the items on the list, just click on edit. And then to reorder the actual items, just click on the right hand side of the list and drag it up or down as I'm displaying here. And then your list selection will be saved persistently using app storage. So this is the application we'll be creating today. On lines 44, we will start to loop through our fruits using a for each loop. For each fruits, fruit. So we're looping through the fruits array, and then we display the fruit image, but first we need the H stack. Image, fruit, dot to resizable, frame, width, 50, height 50, corner radius 10. The next thing we need to do is to add the fruit name, description, and price to a V stack, needing text, fruit name, add a bit of style to the font, text, fruit, description, sub-headline for the font, foreground color is grey, text, and then we add the price, the fruit, the specifier, so the price will be in 2 decimal places, percentage, dot 2f, dot font, subheadline, dot foreground color, which is blue. After line 64, we add a spacer, if selected fruit dot contains ID is equal to fruit ID. So if the fruit is selected, we just add an image check mark, dot foreground color blue, and then after line 72, we just remove the list row separator and make it hidden. and then we type in content, shape, rectangle, on tap gesture, if let index is equal to selected fruit. Press index. $.0 is equal to ID. So if the fruit array ID is equal to the fruit, if it's already selected, then we remove the selected fruit from the array. Selected fruits dot remove the index. Else selected fruit dot append fruit. Else add the fruit to the selected array if it's not selected. On lines 85, this is where we start to implement some of the move method. Dot on move, source, destination, fruits dot move, source to offset. This is where the fruit will be dropped within the array for the new destination in the list. And then the next thing we need to do is after lines 88, set the list style to dot plain. Environment, edit mode, $sign is edit mode active. Just compile it. In next week's tutorial, we will complete the remainder of the content view. Thank you for joining us. If you found this tutorial helpful, please comment, like and subscribe. See you next week. Have you ever wanted to reorder items in a SwiftUI list but weren't sure how? Let's dive in and I'll show you exactly how to do it. So this is the application we'll be creating today. SwiftUI List with some images and text. So if you want to reorder the items on the list, just click on Edit. And then to reorder the actual items, just click on the right hand side of the list and drag it up or down, as I'm displaying here. And then your list selection will be saved persistently using app storage. So this is the application we'll be creating today. We will now add the edit button after line 92. Button, action, with animation. Is edit mode active equals is edit mode active dot is editing so if edit mode is active, then make it inactive, else make it active. The next thing we need to do is to add our label for our button. We add the actual label using an image within the HDAC. System name is edit mode active, is editing, check mark dot circle fill, else pencil dot circle dot fill. Dot foreground color white, text is editing, text is edit mode active, dot is edit is editing. So the caption will be done or edit. Headline, foreground color dot white, dot padding dot frame, max width, infinity, dot background is edit mode, active is editing, color green, else the color will be blue. Corner radius is 10. Padding dot navigation bar title fruits, display mode dot large, and then we call our on appear method, and then we need to implement our two methods, which are save fruits and load fruits. So the first method we implement now is save fruits. And the purpose of save fruits is to save the position of the fruits within the list when we move the list. when we move an item in the list from one position to no further position. So it saves it. So it makes sure that the saved position is persisted. Try JSON encode fruits. So we save this to app storage. Save fruit data equals encoded data. And then we have to go back to the comment on line 32 and call that method, which is save fruits. What did I call it? It should be called save fruits. I made a mistake there. Yeah, so it's save fruits. And then, now the fruits have been saved, we need a function to load the saved fruits. So to restore the saved fruits from user defaults, function load fruits. It's a little bit similar to the function that we just done. So I just copy some of it, paste it here. Instead of using encoded fruits, we need to use decoded fruits. And then we need to use decode to decode our fruit array. Since in app storage it can return more than one fruit, So this will be stored within an array or retrieved from an array within app storage. Fruits equals decoded fruits. Now I'll just compile it. There's an error on line 127. Decodes, open brackets, fruits. Just type that again. Decodes. Type that again and see if it works. Open bracket. Oh, that's what it is. This should be JSON decoder. We also need to call load fruits from dot on a pair. So now let's run it and see if it works or not. So now I'm going to try to rearrange the list items by moving them. Click on done. As you can see, pineapple, banana and mango, they're the last three at the bottom of the list. Click on done. And now I'll just rerun the app again, just to make sure it's being persisted. As you can see, the items, they have been persisted. Thank you for joining us. If you found this tutorial helpful, please comment, like and subscribe. See you next week.